Christmas City, wonderful city, all dressed up in snow and mistletoe. Christmas City, wonderful city, come this Christmas to the Christmas City I'll go.
It's hard not to bop along to that song.
I was going to say, I was humming along, Christmas City. I'm not quite as good as Merv Griffin, but still a lovely song. Gets stuck in your head easily.
Oh, it really does.
It's been on repeat.
In your head, it's just been
already.
Well, we are very happy to have Heidi Stang with us this afternoon, and this morning I should be saying, and she is going to be producing this parade here coming up for the first time, which is so exciting.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I'm really excited. First time, so Natalie Grant has always done it in the past. You guys remember Natalie Grant? So it's big shoes to fill, but we're just planning so many fun different things. This is the 65th annual parade.
Wow.
Holy cow.
And I love, you know, it's always Christmas themed, but an anniversary especially is a good time to have like just extra stuff, you know, to really look back at all the different parades that we've done. So it'll be, we're planning some big stuff. It'll be really cool.
How did you get this gig to fill the shoes of Natalie Grant?
Yeah, so I work here at the station. Obviously, I'm a producer here at the station. I do our CBS shows. And so when Natalie was kind of last year, she asked me to help, and so that's how I kind of learned. And then when she left, they were like, well, do you want to take it over? And of course I said yes. How could you say no to doing the Christmas parade? So
because you have a lot of Christmas spirit, so you're going to channel that
I know, I had to buy my sweater
into this parade.
Yeah, she's got the sweater
to break
going
it out
on.
today, of course.
I can't wait. So what does a parade producer do? I mean, I've seen you work from behind the scenes before, but I think there's a lot more that goes into it than even we here see. So tell us about the job.
So everything that people see at home, I probably had a part in some way, shape, or form. So we have to get all the units organized, you know, what order the parade's going to be in, and then talking to the people out on the parade route, you know, like, oh, slow it down, letting the anchors know, you and Dan and Laura, like, who's coming through the parade, letting Hunter or Adam, whoever we have on the sidelines, like, okay, we're going to come to you in a little bit, making sure on social media we're getting people to send in pictures of themselves. So it's a lot of it, just keeping everybody on track and on time is my main job.
That's on top of your normal.
Big job.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's on top of your normal job that you're doing around the station as well. What do you normally do around here? I have the pleasure of working with you every single day. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I do our CBS shows, and then I also do City by City. So people have maybe seen me there in Trail by Trail on Fridays. But yeah, so every day again, it's just everything you see at home. I probably had a hand in some way, shape, or form, kind of picking the stories, picking the order they go in, telling Hunter to wrap it up when he goes too long.
Me and Kendall are talkers. We go quite a long time.
That's me.
And you've really made City by City your own segment, which has been so cool to see. You're from, you know, a small town in Minnesota, so you know how cool it is when your town gets a shout out on the news for maybe something that you might not normally, you know, have a report on. So what does it mean to you to be able to tell stories about communities like that?
Yeah, it's so much fun, and like you said, we just broadcast so far and so wide that there's just so many towns that we don't always get to. And yeah, I can think of like 3 times my hometown was on the news growing up.
And it makes you feel good.
Yeah,
hopefully it's a good story, but City by City usually.
Yeah, they're always positive. If you need people, or if you have people and you just want people to know about it, that's what City by City is all about. And it's just really a lot of fun. And the Christmas parade, I was in a bunch of parades growing up, so there's nothing a small town loves more than a parade. And I know Duluth's a big city, but people love a parade. So.
Yes, and thank you for circling back to the parade, because we have some important details to share. When is the parade?
The parade is Friday, November 17th. If it's not on your calendar already, get it on the calendar. I don't know how it's not, but if it's not, get it on the calendar.
And registration, believe it or not, already open. It opened just
It opened
recently.
Labor Day, and so it'll be open through October 9th.
Okay.
I think we're going to try to have around 70 to 75 units. So a pretty big parade. We're hoping for good weather. I think I know a guy, Hunter.
Knock on plexiglass. We're going to make sure that it's pretty good.
Cross our fingers. I remember a few parades I participated in, marched for the station recently. It was so windy one year. I want to say it was like maybe 2016, 2017. Kristen Baki and I were holding on to our sign, and the wind just blew the sign right off of our handle thing. Yeah, it was incredible. So you have some good years, you've got some bad years. Hopefully this year will be a good year. I'm hoping we have a little bit of snow.
That'd be
on the
cool.
ground for the
It's
parade.
always nice to see the snowflakes flying, and it kind of gives it a nice little picturesque moment.
And even if you have to bundle up outside to watch it, like that's part of the fun.
It gets you in the spirit, you know, hot chocolate, your hats, your gloves. So it's just kind of, it adds to the ambiance of the whole parade if there's a little snow, but above zero, please.
Have you ever watched the parade in person out on Superior Street?
I have. My old roommate was the fire baton twirler for UMD, so we would cheer her on in the parade.
My mom used to do, I think, fire baton twirling. I'm
serious?
going to have to fact check that, but I believe
Jill
she was in the
Savage.
parade too. doing that, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of cool places to watch the parade. I know Minnesota Power Plaza is a good one.
Yep,
That's
tree
where
lighting.
Yes, the famous city Christmas tree, which we get the pleasure of lighting during our 5 o'clock news on the day of the parade every year, so that's just a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's make sure to bundle up though, because it's always a little bit chilly out there. You know? You gotta have the hand warmers. We always make sure to have a ton of hand warmers at the station as well. So it's always a little bit chilly, but it's always a blast out there.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, Heidi, I think this year Dan and I are hosting the parade with Laura Lee. It'll be her very first Christmas City parade, but she has been a part of a numerous parade. So thank you so much for joining us, Heidi.
Thank you
was
so much for having me. We are so excited.
Yay!
Us too. Well, the Christmas City of the